Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining in. If you're here, I didn't really give this one a good, I guess, good publicity, but um, I just wanted to include this because I was about to do the kind of copyist work, and I didn't want to leave that out because I'm sorry, I'm sharing this to my Facebook feed here. Um, I didn't want to leave this part out because I feel like it gets left out. It's a little laborious, but it's worth it. This is going to look, I could write the greatest piece of music in the world, which I'm not claiming to have arranged, the best thing ever here, but I potentially one day maybe I'll write the best thing ever. And it's not going to matter if the musicians can't read it. Um, or maybe if they can read it, but I make some weird thing that requires a bunch of explanation beforehand. Like that's a problem. Um, so see, I need to insert a blank page at the beginning. So, my goal is to make the tune. I've got to make the paper as easy to work with as possible. You got to be able to read this, and I don't even want you just to be able to read it. Um, I want it to be like easy and enjoyable to read. So that way it gets played as close to the way that I envisioned it as possible. Otherwise, I'm kind of putting a barrier in between um, the paper and the music. If I put anything down that makes it difficult. For instance, last time that the DS and the coda structure that I used, not good. It was not okay. I had the sign back here at measure 5, and it was this weird go to the DS, go to the sign, the last solo, but it didn't. It looked weird. It was before the end of it. It was a weird form, and that required some explaining then, which you um doesn't work out great. So, and it just took time. So let's go with, I'm going to grab this text box here. How do I do this? Um, I've probably rambled on enough about that, so I'll just get the things going on. So I added a page to the left here because in the arranging class I'm in under Professor Chip McNeil, we he had us make title pages to all of our scores, and that way when you let's see, yeah, I want to make it 1 through 2. That way when you bind it, you get this clear front binding, and you're able to just see the title is really huge and it's easy to spot. Otherwise, you're looking up in this tiny little area to see, and I just can put the title really huge on the front page, and it works great. So here we've got the, say, attached to page 1. Cool. Now what I want to make sure is, now that I've done that, so I just, edited the frame attributes and moved it to page 1. I want to make sure, yeah, see what that did was it took it off of, because the alto part is starting on kind of page 2, not really page 1, because I've added that page to the left. And so now it's not showing up there. So I'm going to undo that. And then instead of putting it on page 1, I'm going to put it on 1 and 2. 1 through 2. Pardon me. Okay. So hopefully it'll show up on both pages now, and it'll be good to go. It only can edit 1 frame attribute at a time, so I didn't need to select those. All right, I'll put that on 1 and 2. And honestly, what I can do then is just, if I can just unshow them here. Actually, what I need to do first is unlink this and all the parts, and then I can click on show. But it looks like it hides both of them when I do that, just for no reason. Huh. Well, I'll just leave it up at the top. Now the big question is, if I move this, yeah, it moves the other one. Okay, so here's what I need to do. I need to get rid of all that. I don't need this to show on both pages. What I really need it to do, I just need to copy it. So let's do that. I'll just add another text box. So I don't want, yeah, I just don't want that to be a huge thing. So let's just create another text box here. Boom. Then I'll double click and select this one, arranged by this guy, and copy it over there. Nice. And that'll be cool because I can make these a little bit larger. Let's go with, let's see, we're starting with 14 and probably 12 there, so let's go with I don't know, 36 and 24. Oh wow, that's larger than I thought it would be. Well, let's go with 24 and what was it, 18, the next lower one? Yeah, there we go. That's a little easier. Gotta double click that, text, size, and 18, yeah. All right, and then we're gonna get, of course, Nuez copied over there. Yeah, that's fine to leave it there. Honestly, don't need to show it there on the score, but it's fine. So this I can make humongous. Why not? Nuez. Maybe let's go one bigger. Jeez. Okay. Now, there we go. That's huge. Now I can do this here. I can go to the page attributes here, and I can get this thing centered up like this in a nice way. And it does it for me. I don't have to, move it around till does that look centered? All of that stuff. Don't need to do that. I do need to copy the modern swing thing. You know what? So I think I can, what did I do last time? I think I edit, yeah. And I just copied the marking. Actually, I don't know if that does that. But let's see. Now I want to make it a text box because, okay, good. If I don't, then the tool will, it won't work because it won't it won't have anything to attach to. This, when it's this thing, the expression tool, it needs to attach to music, like what is being expressed that way. Um, this just has to be text, because if I try to select over here out in the open, I'm double clicking that to my heart's content and it's doing nothing. So it won't insert a an expression marking where there's no music. So I just have to make it a text block, and that's fine. All right. So what that means is I can I can leave that marking there, but I can hide these. I don't need to show these. And what that will allow me to do is adjust the spacing here on the score, and it makes it so much better. So I can get score and modern swing over here. I hope that didn't move it in any of the parts. I don't think it did. But to be sure, I can right click and make sure I unlink it in all the parts. So this one's already unlinked. That's good. Then I can move them over here like that. I feel like I don't know, I feel like it's pretty obvious that this is the score, but I'm going to put it up there anyway. And now I have to go to the staff tool, which is interesting because I really would have thought before that this would be the page tool to edit kind of where this shows up. I would think there would be like a handle to grab and move it up, but no, it's adjusting where the staves are on the page. So I have to use the stave tool instead. Now what this is going to grant for me is the ability to have a little more space between the staves on the score, which I always find to be a luxury. Like the more space you can have between these staves, like really the better. So let's get into this. How much space do I need? Well, one thing that I like to be sure that I have is plenty of space for the drums, because the drums are going to have a lot of these markings above the staff like that right there. So there needs to be room for that to happen. And yeah. Then for the bass, there's usually not that much stuff. I don't really generally put band cues down there. I am working from the bottom up right now, because when I push this down, it pushes all the staves below it, and it would do the same thing if I did that up, here. It does the same exact thing. It would be fine, but this way I can sort of gauge how far down the page I'm pushing stuff. It just, I don't know, it's a little easier for me. I'm going to move this up just a little bit more. And really, I could, since Nuez right here is hidden, which actually, I did the wrong thing again, because I need to show them, and I need to unlink them in the parts before I unshow them. That was a bad idea. All right. And I know there's a shortcut right there to show and not show, but honestly, this is faster than hitting Control, Alt, Shift, and H. Like, I just don't have the headspace for that. And I would definitely have to look down and find those keys on my keyboard. So, no thanks. Do I really need to show that this is the score? No. I don't think I need to show that this is the score. It's the score. And this is a nice reminder of the style. So I'm gonna get that out of the way so I have as much headroom as possible up here. I think that is nicer. I think that works out great. All that info is on the front page. So I can leave a little bit more room then before the trumpet section. I see it looks like there's more space between these two trumpets than the others, but maybe that's some kind of optical illusion. And I want a little more space above the piano as well. Yeah, I think that's nice. I don't need page numbers, really, but they're up there in the top corner out of the way, so it's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, but I can go to the page numbers here. This is a thing I often miss, and I feel kind of bad about it, but like I said, I'm not even thinking about needing page numbers. Let's see. Page range 3 through 0. Now, hold on. How did you know to even add page numbers? What happened here? Let's see. Page format, score. It's not there. I think it was going to be in document options. And then there's a page numbers. Let's see. Alternate augmentation, beams, chords, grids and guides. Yeah. Text. I mean, no. Date format. There's not. I don't have a date in here. Okay. Cancel that. Maybe let's try. What's this do for me? This is, I'm figuring out, figuring this out the same time you are here. I guess I'm just figuring this out in front of you. I really thought clicking on this would take me to why the heck it's there. But page 3 through 0, I don't get that. But what I don't want is to, this I do know the shortcut, Control Alt and then the left and right little arrows at the bottom. I don't want, okay, you know what, that shows up as page 2 on the part, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm not worried about the score having, is that page 3 or is it actually page 2? Because, yeah, the title page here. It'll be fine. So, yeah, I know there is a way to adjust all these to kind of set up those page numbers. I just am not invested in finding out what it is right now. All right, so let's make sure. I'm going to go through first and make sure the the score is easy to read as it will be printed. I might need to adjust how these titles show up, but I'm going to scroll over to see if it adjusts. Yes, it does. Haha. Let's go ahead and get that centered, and I can just make this 0 to not move it anywhere. And then that'll recenter it, but we've moved it up, which means I also get another opportunity. This should move all the staves after the first page. When I do this. Sorry, I shouldn't have highlighted that. What's going on here? Oh, I was grabbing the wrong. Oh, I wasn't grabbing the wrong thing. there's a block to me raising this up any higher, and I think I know what it is. So if I go to staff here, I have to go to respace staves. And so that's there. It might be in this, actually, in the page layout. And I have to raise this up. Yep, that's exactly it. So, and this is my little secret here. So I'm going to undo that now that I know that's what I need. And I'm going to adjust a page range. And I'm going to go 3 through, and I think if you do 0, it does all the pages after it. That's that little shortcut. Yeah, so no matter how many pages I add to this, which I don't plan on adding a bunch of pages, it would make this adjustment for all of them. Okay, it looks like I made a little mistake then, because now this is a little messed up. That got too high up there. So we can move it back down. Nice. Okay. Now, earlier when I respaced the staves in this first page, the first page gets an exception to like everything because Finale expects you to have the title up there, and one day I'll save this like format with the title page and all that, so I never have to do this again, which would be cool. But today's not that day because I don't want to take more time than I have. So I'm going to move this down a little bit, and that should adjust. I shouldn't have zoomed in because that should adjust everything after it. So when I move the drum set here, aha, it doesn't. So I need to make sure I select all of this. So that also moves the first page. Does it move the subsequent pages? Yeah, it looks like it does. Okay. Well, that's what I should have done when I was editing the first page. Now I can still go in later and change these to like change them individually if there's something. So for instance, I've got this dynamic under the piano that is clashing with a Q note in the bass that's clashing with a Q note in the drums. But I've got a fix for that later. And I'll take care of it. So bass, we put, so as soon as I move this, it's going to adjust that first page. There we go. I'm going to move the bass down a little bit. I'm going to give the piano some breathing room up top, some headroom. And I think I'm going to give the guitar a little extra room too. There we go. And then, now there is a way to select only a range from here to the right. And I could do that and make these adjustments, but I'm going to just go ahead and do it this way, get a good starting place, because it's faster and easier to do it this way and then go back to the first page and push things closer together on just the first page if I have to. That's easier to do, and that's a neat little trick to speed things up. Okay, so we've got that going on. It's pushed way up, so that's cool. Let's get this page thing going on here. And it's still, yeah, adjusting a page range. So that's cool. I'm going to bump it up just a tiny bit more. Make sure there's some breathing room at the bottom. All right, so there's that. That looks good. If I need to squeeze things up a little more here, I can. So then what I'm going to go in and do is, yeah, we got space for the lead trombone. Lead trombone always needs space because they're in these ledger lines a lot. And it looks like, so see these, usually I can bring the sections a little closer together. There's also, I'm also looking at this in concert pitch, which I should not be doing, because that's not how it's going to look. You need to give a transposed score. Because looking at an alto sax and going, hey, play the G you have there, and then them going, well, I don't have a G, I have an E, and you're like, wait, what? The note's different? And then you realize, oh, wait, it's in concert pitch. Okay, hold on. Yeah, it should be an E. That's right. That's annoying. So don't want to cause that for anybody. I am gonna move this top up just a little bit more on this first page because I can. And that's gonna give me a little more breathing room here. I don't want to, let's see. Yeah, it's fine. These two are butting up against each other, this dynamic, and I'll stop accent here. I don't think I need to reset the dynamic here. Actually, I think I can leave this at like mezzo piano. So anybody who had it before doesn't really need it. And anybody who didn't have it before, it needs to change anyway. I am going to bring the drum set back down to mezzo piano. And this is usually when I check this, because during the writing stage, it's good to go through all the dynamics and get everything working right, and it does make it play a little nicer during playback. But here in the like looking at the page part, this is where I'm looking at things going, you know, does everybody have the dynamic marking there? You know, stuff like that really will make a difference in everybody being in the same I don't want to say on the same page because that's cliche, but yeah, on the same page. Everybody knowing what volume to play, what to do, all of that, you know. So we got that going on. Got that. The title still showing but not showing there. All right, then everybody comes back down to mezzo. And I think just a little bit of a build there will be fine. I don't need to. I think the dynamic marking there will do this job just fine. And I've already built it into the arranging. I've kind of arranged a crescendo to happen there. So I'm not really worried about it. All right. And then I did want the drummer to rest there. In the harmon mutes and straight mute. And I like that that's not in the horns that were already playing the melody. I think it makes it changes it up a little bit. All right, then we build, and I am checking how the page looks here. Solo building in the piano. And then we're going to solo all the way up until here. Then we get here. And all this stuff in mutes. I think that came off great in the recording. Get the guitar player to switch to a clean tone instead of distorted. Yep, to open, they've all got a dynamic there. This one kind of runs in, so just gonna, well, actually, undo that. I forget this all the time. I need to unlink this before I move it around. And then same here. Because this is not going to, that way it doesn't move it in the part. And I don't really need it to move around in the part. I've already made adjustments to print the parts out, so I don't want that to happen. This, honestly, I could move it over here just fine. This might be a space where it would make a little more sense to I'm gonna put this one above the note. Okay. It might make a little more sense to make some space before above the drum set, and there's not a lot of material in the bass here, so that's perfect. I can move the bass up and make a little room for the drum staff. Sorry, one staff. So that works perfectly. Swing, fill around melody, cool. I should put this. Oh, that's actually in the guitar part. Perfect. Yeah. All right, going over and they all know how loud to play it. Yep, and to creep in with that melody. I think I could have guitar play this. And they would have 3 beats to switch to clean. I don't know. I'm going to leave it not happening. All right, then we get the melody. Pianist solos around the melody. I could put this in a different part. What I also want to make sure I do is split these bars up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can put a double bar right here. And with a double bar goes a measure number, which is under the expression tool. I always like to make these the measure number and not just like A or whatever, so that you have a reference there for what bar number that is, and you can be like, oh, there's 39. Let's go back to count back from 39, go to 36 or something, just in case, because these are going to have bar numbers at the beginning, and the pages, I think each part has bar numbers at the beginning of lines as well. Yeah. So it just makes it easier to find what measure you're on for rehearsal's sake. All right, moving on. I need to move up here just a little bit. You too. Now, to make sure these move only the direction I want, in this case being up, I'm holding the shift key so that it only moves in that direction. So when I'm doing that, it will only move, no matter how far to the left and right I put the cursor, it'll only move up and down. So that's a really nice way to make sure you get clean movement and everything stays aligned vertically on the page and you don't mess with that alignment. I don't think the berry needs to do a lot of work there. Dynamics going on in the trumpets. Yeah, see, this is not overly flashy and entertaining, but it just feels nice to get it right. Now, the further you zoom in while you're doing this, the closer you can get it to uniformity, which is always a good thing to have on the page. It makes it easier to read. But you got to remember, this thing is going to be printed on some paper that makes it pretty small to read. And so you're not, it's not that huge of a deal, because the director, conductor, whoever's standing in front of the band is going to, oh, looks like I froze up a little bit here, is going to be reading this really small print. So it's not going to look this close. I'm way, this would be like if the person were using a magnifying glass. Okay. We've got forte there. Forte, forte, forte. Good, good. And I can just leave that on all the parts here. I don't really care. Since the tenor's playing something else, I could remove this from the alto 1 part, let's say, on the score, and then have it showing. But since there are different parts going on, since the section isn't all together, it needs to be on every part, whereas back there it was not that way. Everybody's got a dynamic marking there, mezzo forte, good. Okay, oh, that's the shortcut for next part, not next page. Okay, so next page. Just did that. Boody beep bump. Boody do beep body beep beep bump beep beep down. I'm gonna let this be this light 2-horn little. We're breaking down into a combo here. And And I want to let it stay like that. I don't want to put a whole lot. We already got the berry kind of leading in right there. I want to put this in another horn here. I think putting another tenor on it will boost it up just fine. Yeah, that'll be nice. And then we've got the lead line and trumpet here, and an alto one. I think that'll be just fine. Let's go ahead and give it to fourth trumpet as well. We'll kind of be bolstering that line. So who else has? I should have copied both the measures, and it's in fifths, fourths, whichever way you want to think about it. Let's see. We've got a new dynamic marking because you didn't get one, but you didn't get one back here on the guitar. We need that. Dynamics. Ooh, I should use the shortcuts. So numpad 5 is the shortcut, and then I click. And I should go ahead and do this too. I don't know. Should thinking about adding bass trombone to this line. That might be a little more than it needs, really. I don't want to put all that on it. And this is going to have gotten heavier. We're going to be back into this thing. Do I want to bring horns back into it? I think let's go back to the second time through the melody here. And I will put the horns back into it. Bowed up, deed up, dood up, deed up, dood up. Yeah, we'll go with it like that. And I think it ends on that bar. I'm just going to go ahead and copy all the bars there. This is trombone 3 and 4. So when the melody comes back in, here we are. Oh, the bass trombone already has it. I'll throw it in 2 and 3 just to get it down there. I don't know why I missed that. And then bass trombone needs a dynamic marking and doesn't need it there anymore. So let's use the shortcut. Num key 5. So I've got 2 distortion right there, or with distortion. I don't know. I'll just put it here. That'll be fine. Actually, let's make sure it attaches to this measure. It means I would have to kind of move a little bit around there. That's fine. Let's go to the staff tool. Piano doesn't need that much room on this page, and guitar needs it. Needs a little more room. Cool. Done. All right, let's move this up a tiny bit. Everything cool up here. Yeah, bari sax. You don't need to get that loud. Especially now that bass trombone's in on it. It's going to be fine. Let's not have the bari jump in on this. Let's wait till the line, because the doesn't need the support there. It's already happening down here. Oops, I did not mean to delete that. I meant to put it here. And then this could definitely be that A natural instead. And also I can definitely get the bass trombone lower than that. But I don't think it needs to be. I've got the bass down here, and of course it's sounding an octave lower than this, so I could flip these two, is what I could do. Have the bass trombone player playing the fifths lower, and I think that's what I want. So I'm gonna pull that down there, and then boom. That was a lot of normal copy, cut, and paste shortcuts. Control X, Control V, and control clicking is a great one. If you have something selected and you just click on another part, it doesn't do anything. It selects the new part. But if you control click, it copies whatever you have selected wherever you clicked. To include pushing bars, over or something like that. It won't do it in the middle of a bar though. You can't for that you'd have to drag to move it, displace it in a bar. Anyway, that's enough of that. Starting to get low on time, so I'm going to pick up the pace here. I'm going to leave that alone because it doesn't really obscure what's going on. And then let's see, what do I have here? The same. Oh, this is in tenor too. So it's the C, and I would have the B there. So I'm going to actually... stop that. Don't do that. Select... Okay, I'm just going to have to... move it back like that. And then... take it down an octave with the number row 8 key. And also not make these notes short. That actually kind of hurts the effect that I'm going for, which I explained in detail before. I will accent them. and just let them be a little thicker. No, that's a voicing. I'm proud of that one. Yeah, that works out really great. Background figures, everything looks good through there. Nothing's bumping into other things. Yeah, I knew that's pretty sparse, so I knew that wasn't going to be a huge deal. These chords, whatever ends up happening there. For more solos. Oh, okay, so I added these endings in here. Because undo, and I need to unlink. I'm going to zoom in so this is a little bit easier to deal with. I'm going to pull this down a little bit. And then I'm also going to edit this ending. I want to show it on, I need to make a new staff list. Alto 1, trumpet 1. I want to make sure the whoever's running the band can see that that's in all the parts. List name. Section tops. All right. I'm going to call it that. Okay. And okay. And that way it's in all these parts. I thought I put trombone 1 on that list. This is taking more time than it should. I'm going to edit this. Yeah, I did include trombone 1. It's right there. So why isn't that showing up on trombone 1? All right. I don't have time for that. Need to move on. The conductor can see that that's what's going on. Oh yeah, I moved that down a little bit so I could get this. Okay, whatever I just did, I would like to not do that. There we go. I can move that down now. And then on last solo, we take the second ending, or the last solo ending. And I can also edit the way these show. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have done anything to this. I just need to top staff only. Forget it. Okay, last solo. B dot dot. All right. So move on. Yeah, I've got the coda there. I'm going to move it down a little closer. Actually, I'm going to unlink it from all the parts first. And I'm going to make it bigger also. Yeah. And then here's the coda, nice and big. Unlink this in all parts so I don't, when I make an adjustment here, I don't want it to, what's going on? I don't want it to affect all the parts. There's a nice big coda marking. Makes things easier for everybody. All right, with distortion. I thought the guitar already had that going on during this. Or maybe that was... Oh no, this is instead of going after the bridge. Is this the two coda? No, it's not. So we're already back to distortion. Oh, you know what? I'm in the solo section. Where's my two coda? There it is. Okay, so yeah, the guitar player does need to start using distortion again at the coda. Cool. And we get the solo changes. Coda. Okay, cool. Got that going on. I think earlier I did... Wow, I just hit caps lock instead of shift. I put this like this. And then... And I edited these markings. Oh, look, I did the same thing here. I want the accent, flat accent, so I just hold A and select these. There we go. I don't actually want these to be short. I want them to be long. And then okay. Cool. We got it. All right. These fortes kind of run into some notes, but I guess, yeah, I guess I need to take care of it. Move the trumpet down. Not the, come on. There we go. So we can see that tiny little housetop accent. Dee da dee. And I guess we can just move everything up a little bit on this. Oh, I can't. Great. What can be moved closer together then? Piano doesn't need the extra space. Bass doesn't need it. Drums, for like the first time ever, kind of don't need it. Does run into a little mezzo forte right there, but meh. All right, trombone one. Like, sorry, you're not gonna have. It doesn't even really affect the trombone player. It affects the conductor. So, you know what? Never mind. And what this forte like can be a little closer to its note. But also I really don't need to show it on all these staves. Like there, it's fine. There, that could definitely be closer. Yeah. Being a little free with the space there. Being a little space hog. Okay. Let's get the parts fixed really quickly because I have to print this and get out of here. So we've got a long doit there. That's nice. Pepina. 8 bars, 8 bars. 2 blank bars. I could put a multi-measure rest there, but it's fine. There are 2 bars. You know? And for some reason it's not creating one. And I'm really not sure why. I tried to fix this before. If you watched before, you probably saw me like working on it. But yeah, it just doesn't want to make another thing for some reason. It doesn't want to make another multi-measure rest, and I really don't understand what's going on. Okay. So this part is weird. This for more solos thing is hidden up in the multi-measure rest. Okay, big sign at 15. That's good. And I also need to make sure that actually I can do this. I added a bunch of stuff in some parts, and I need to make sure that shows. Yeah, it shows right here. I added this into the alto. Well, maybe it was already there. Okay, that doesn't need to be in the middle of. Oh, well, I guess I maybe did that on purpose a little bit. I don't know. Let's more solos. I don't know. I might have to rewrite this part later. Why isn't this moving? Go to the repeat thing, because that's what this is. Why aren't you moving? DSL Coda. Maybe I need to. Maybe there's a document option with the multi-measure rest, and I can bring the shape update automatically, number adjustment, vertical. We can make that a little lower. Yeah, that helps a lot. And that's going to solve a lot of my problems, just in general. Not 007, just 10. 10, thanks. And I did not mean to back out of that whole thing. I meant to click apply. All right, let's go with 05. 03. 01. Why not? Put it right on there. Okay, that solved some stuff, actually. And also in the score, I'm certain it solved some stuff in the score. I could definitely move that up out of the way. And I also just don't need it because I already have a marking there. Whatever. Okay, let's go on. Wait, what was just showing up here? That freaks me out when something was there and then it disappeared. So I'm going to lift this whole thing up. Maybe I can... No, that's a terrible idea. I'm going to move the... I gotta move everything up a little more. This is actually where zooming in can help a little bit, because the player will see more of this. We'll see this up close and it'll look more like this to the player. Conductor's gonna have a bunch of tiny stuff, but it's gonna be kind of this big to the player. All right, just did one part in like 8 minutes, but I probably fixed a lot of other stuff too. So let's go. Gonna move that up. Two coda at 47. Cool, cool, cool. This is alto 2. Yeah, I'm sure. I think it broke the multi-measure wrist I had. Was it this one? Yeah, undo that. Thanks. Yeah, because this player didn't have stuff before 55. Well, it didn't have stuff here before 55. So that actually works out great. Okay. And this is where I needed to move some stuff. Mezzo piano. 95 more solos. Cool. Last solo, I'll lift that up so I can read it, because I play this book in this band. Come on, move up there. It moved east-west. I wanted it to move north-south. There we go. That was kind of unnecessary, actually. Wasted a little bit of time there. DSL coda is really big. Coda, ooh, that's really smushed together. Let's move drum solo down. Maybe space these out a little better. Oof, that didn't help. Well, I have the space to push a whole lick down there, so why not? There we go. That's fine. Get out of there. I spend too much time. Okay. Good markings there. Good markings. First time only on that half note. And then solo, solo, solo. Some of these chord changes a little bundled up, but I think they work fine. Let's get more slashes going there, and then a rhythm. I'm still gonna have to move my markings here for more solos, and then my last solo marking. Last solo is there. Okay, cool, cool, cool. To coda. The coda looks nice and noticeable. Does this just have like 3 bars at the end or something? Okay. I hate splitting up a lick like that, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna put it all on the same line at least. I could move this down. It looks like it leaves me room to move that down a little bit. You know what? That actually works out pretty nicely. I think that looks nicer than the other option I had on there. Then I can do that so I don't have 1 bar on a page. All right. Let's see. Now that's actually That one took less work, even though it has more content, just because like it's all the relationships between these empty bars and the ones with stuff in them. That's what really like kind of throws a wrench in it, you know? All right, 71 and cool. 13 bars of rest isn't the best idea, but it gets the job done. This needs to be a multi-measure rest. I think I accidentally left that not that way before. Okay, and then this needs to go down a line, down a line. I mean, I guess that one can be up there. Sure. Yeah, looks a little nicer. This is all about making this chart as easy to read for the players as possible. If it's easy to read, my stuff comes out. You know, it sounds more like I imagined it, and that's what I want. So, you know, I want to make it as easy to read as possible so that happens. So for more solos and less solo, DSL coda is real big. Those little padlocks won't show up in the on the parts. Those will be hidden. So add a little more room. Drum solo. Ooh, that's weird. That showed up weird. Okay, and maybe I don't know, let's take one more set up there. Yeah, that looks nice. All right, next. Trumpet 1, a one-pager. Again, splitting up that lick, not necessary. Yeah, anytime I can give lead trumpet a one-pager, that's... If I can get anybody a one-pager, but especially lead trumpet, because their stuff can get real crazy sometimes, you know? So, yeah. Oof. Okay, I'm dealing with the DS Alcoda sign here. And I think what's making this weird is that this is a multi-measure rest. And that's why it's not letting me edit. Yeah! Got it. So I could put this below the bar now, which is fine. It makes it easy to read still. Recreate this multi-measure rest and take the 2-harmon thing up here. Yeah, DSL coda at the underneath, that works just fine. The crescendo into that will be great. Let's break it again because I need to move that down a little bit more. That's fine. I don't need a crescendo to DS. Create multi-measure rest. Okay. Cool. For more solos can stand to be seen. Why isn't that just one big? Yeah, there we go. I will never know. I will never know why bar 47 just will not go into a multi-measure rest. But I want the lead trumpet player to know that it has a 2 coda. Maybe that's why. Maybe because that's the only bar that has that happening right now. No, I still want that whole lick on the same line. I think that just interrupts the flow when it's not like that. Of you reading, sight reading a complicated lick like that. Just make it as smooth as possible to put it all in the same line. Okay. Let's go over. So lead trumpet part. Roadmap looks all good and everything. Fourth time only. Cool. Last solo. That can be a multi-measure rest. More solos. Multi-measure rest. Need to raise that up. I wish I could hide just that bar number at the beginning of the line. Last solo. Cool. That works great. Let's put this under here. Make this a multi-measure rest. Lift 2 Harmon up. Now I could always, I'm going to give these out to the players, and I'm sure somebody will find, and you're like, hey, this looks weird on my part. It's running into each other. Like, oh, okay, I'll just reprint that part. That would be fine. I really just don't want that to happen on the score. That's the main thing, because that's a lot of paper. I'm not trying to use a bunch of paper just in general. For the sake of people still being on this earth for more generations. So that should have a housetop on it. I hope it did in all the other parts. Before 121 yeah, every other part has housetop. How did I miss that? All right, and then I'm going to make this 2 lines just because I don't want to have 1 line on a page. It's kind of like when you're writing a paper and you have what are called orphan lines and whatever the opposite of that. When you have a line that like is at the top of the page, because I think it's just called orphan lines. They're just called orphan lines. Like a line of a sentence, just in one, hanging at the bottom of one page. Let's put the blank bar here, and then that'll be, yeah, there. An even number of bars, not an even number of bars. Weird. Okay, even number of bars. Cool. That always makes it easier to read changes when there's an even number like that. Let's get slashes and then rhythm cues, and then slashes and rhythm cues. No idea why that's displaying like that. It's being kind of weird. There we go. That's better. Move that up. Move that up. For more solos. I can run into the bar cue. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really need a huge marker there because it's the for more solos. You can go to the where it says for more solos. Boom, bar identified. That's my rant for the day. Okay, multi-measure rests. Let's make them. Yep, put the DS at the end of the line. That works out great. Let's put that with its partners there. Cool. Drag this down a little. And put the 2 big sections of rest together. There we go. All right. Next, am I to trumpet 4? Yeah. Oof. That does not look nice. Let's get a multi-measure rest going on there. Okay, that's how it originally was. That's why it looked like that. All right, so we got to get these multi-measure rests out of here. That's a lot going on. Do I even want that on a new line? Yeah, that'd be great. Let's move it to that. Put the DS at the end. I meant to break them. Break. I'm going to put this at the bottom of the page. And over a little bit. Multi-measure rest. Create them. To Harmon. Push that up there. Alright, last solo. That gets a multi-measure rest. To Harmon. Can be there. There we go. The forte doesn't need to be that low. Okay, now things look a lot better. This lick could go down with the rest of its... Oh, I don't want that to happen. Yeah, 47 is the 2 coda. That's fine. It's still doing that. So let's go there. Let's do that. Let's do that. And maybe that can go there. Sure. Next one. Trombone. Man, create some multi-measure rests for me there. Pick these up out of the rest numbers. Pull this, let's put this at the bottom. Then create another multi-measure rest here. And to straight mute. Cool. Cool. Drum solo. Oh, this could probably all be on one line, but it's fine. Okay, if I don't see any glaring problems here, I'm going to start skipping really fast because I have to get this printed like ASAP and get out of here. I'm not even going to be able to get the score bound. I'm going to have to wait until after. And I won't have time to tape parts. Let's put that underneath. Combine these. Move that up so you can see it. You can see it. Oof. There's a lot going on right there. Let's let's move some stuff around, because that looks crazy. I'm going to go ahead and create these because I want to reorganize this so that I just don't need them to be like that. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, putting that on the new page works. I'm not going to complain about that. All I have to complain about is that the DS is now in a okay space. There we go. Next. Same situation going on here. What do we got? That's crazy. All that can just go up. This can go on the new page. And then this can go on the next line, next line, next line. Are we good? Yeah. I'm fine with that. All right. Guitar. What's with this weird spacing? 2 codas in a good place to clean, swing, comp. Nice. E flat minor 9. I may have to edit this a little later because I've got some weird looking things going on. For more solos, Diaz al coda. Oh. Let's put all of that on a new line. How about we just put the second repeat on a new line? Put this on a new line. All of this. Okay, I want to make this really easy to read. Let's put it like that. Okay, I've got this going on. Cool. Let's move on to piano. I think this is mostly good to go. There was only one I was worried about. Yep, these. Not making slash marks. More solos. Okay. And this is where this definitely needs to be on the new line. At least that needs to be on the new line. Last solo. Let that decay. Can I put that here? Sure. Ugh, then I have one thing at the beginning of a new page. Mm. Oh, come on. I want this all to just work out here. It's starting to get really bad. I guess technically it's 2 lines. It is 2 lines. So, you know what? I'm going to let it fly. Bass is a pretty integral part of the whole thing, so I got to make sure that part looks good. Right now with a bar hanging off at the end there, it kind of doesn't. There we go. That's a little better. Honestly, we could throw that up there. Throw that there. Really, everything could get bumped up a line, probably. Oh, that would be perfect, because then this would end up... Oh, not that bar. This would end up ending the page. Nice. Boom. I think that looks pretty great. I can even combine them like this. And then, yeah. Okay. Cool. Drum set. These can just be... What's going on here? Why is this like this? What is going on? Okay, actually undo that, and then these... Oh, I see what the problem is. It should actually be that, and then some of these, but with the style of a 1-bar repeat. Dee-da, 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 yeah, this bar should be here. Rhythm slash. I do actually want the drummer to rest on that bar. All right, that is it. Now I have to print all this out the fastest that's ever happened in ever, and go get ready to go. So thank you all for tuning in. See you next time.